guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. This is Nana Chats. Let's talk things you should know before going into law school. 5% of lawyers are black. Ground, it is okay for you to open up and swallow me now. I wanted to die. This is my Padfolio. You see it? You see it? The judge was yelling, the prosecution was yelling, the defense was yelling, like everybody was yelling.
My study mom.
It's been a long day, it's been a long night, it's been a long week, and it's about to be crazy. You feel me? Like it's about to get crazy in my life. So pray for me. So this is like my 4th time recording this video. Hopefully it'll be helpful to y'all. It's gonna be about the things you should know before going into law school. Number 1, you will most likely be in the same classes as some people in your 1L section. My 1L class was about 360 give or take people. They broke that whole class of 360 first year law students into 3 sections. And for example, if I'm in section C, then I go to all of the same classes and have all of the same professors as everybody else that is in section C. There are some classes that may require smaller amounts of people, and for those classes they may split some people in section C up, but for the majority of it, section A goes to the same classes, has the same professors, section B, section C, all same classes, same professors in their respective sections. Cool? Cool. This also means that they will pick your classes for you. So in most cases, the law school picks the classes for their first year law students. The classes that I took in my first year of law school were contracts, constitutional law, property, civil procedure, criminal law, tort, and legal writing 1 and 2. These are the prerequisite classes for a lot of classes, and they're kind of the foundation to be built upon throughout the rest of your law school career, and that is why they give them to you for your first year of law school. I'm sure there are some other classes that other schools may give for your first year of law school and interchange them with some of these classes, but those were the basic classes that I took for my first year of law school. Number 2, start getting organized now. How you start your semester will be kind of a foreshadowing for how you may end the semester. I wasn't organized before, let me tell you something. I was not organized before. I was not organized from undergrad down. In my first semester of law school, I was not organized. But I had to quickly get organized. I have a folder in my laptop that says 1L. So this is the 1L folder. In my 1L folder, I have fall and I have spring. So my first semester and my second semester. In those folders, I have folders for the classes that I've taken in those semesters. And then within the folders that are the classes, I have maybe folders for briefs, maybe some folders for class notes. In some classes, my briefs and my notes are in the same type of chart. If you're going to use your laptop, then that's a super helpful way of doing it. It's kind of easy to stay more organized on your laptop. If you're going to use notebooks, binders, pads, anything else, make sure you are numbering, dating, titling your pages, if that is helpful for you. Also, I would say make sure you have separate notebooks for each class. Do not put multiple classes in one notebook. Some will bleed over, some will end up somewhere else because you're trying to hurry up and rush to a page to take notes because the teacher's talking about what you need to learn right now.
I'm not a rapper.
Nah. Have separate notebooks for each class if that would help you to stay more organized. Some people like to use binders. Binders are super helpful. You can just take out some loose leaf, rearrange the pages easily. You can put in documents that are handed to you, put in printed documents, so you can use separate binders for each class. And some people use yellow pads, but like I said, I think that going from most organized to least organized, I would say there is the computer, then I would say binders, then notebooks, then yellow pads. So you figure out which one you want to do. I use my computer. Also, with being organized is having a calendar or an agenda or a planner. All of these are super helpful. A lot of information comes at you pretty quickly in your first semester of law school. In the beginning, there's a bit of a grace period, and after that, you kind of just gotta hop on a train for it leave you. So make sure that you have a planner, you have a calendar. I have whiteboards in my room, different things like that that are going to be able to help you to plan ahead. Planners, calendars, binders, notebooks, different Sharpie markers, different color sticky notes, whatever works to help you stay organized, do that. Also, with planning ahead, really quickly, I would say make a detailed schedule. Make sure your schedule is detailed and stick to it and follow it. It will really help you stay organized. Number 3, I would say find a study group. Finding a study group is not for everybody. So there are some people that work really well in study groups, some people that don't work well in study groups at all, and some people that are hybrids like myself. I can figure out that, okay, nope, I need to step away from my study group, do this reading, learn this topic on my own, and then come back and review it with my study group. And some people like fully do everything with their study group. Even if you have a study group who just like sits quiet and reads this for the same subject with each other, that's super helpful with helping you to, you know, feel that environment of, oh yeah, we're all studying, like this is so great, oh my gosh, we're all studying and reading, you know? So make sure you find a study group if that is something that you are interested in and if that's something that will help you. I would say not to try and get a study group as soon as you step foot into the law school. Take some time, figure out who some people are, figure out some names, figure out if you'll even gel well in a study group with certain people. Find some people who can challenge you and find some people who can teach you. I heard a professor once say that you should find people that are smarter than you in certain subjects and people that don't know as much as you in other subjects. So everybody can, you know, kind of go around teaching each other the subjects that they're more knowledgeable about. It's a give and take. You don't want to be a leech, you feel me? You don't want to be sucking all the information out the group. Number 4, start outlining now. So I did not listen to this advice and my grades suffered for it in my first semester of law school.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
And that kind of messed up the rest of the year. But now I know. Don't make the same mistakes that I made. Learn from my mistakes. Learn from me telling you that you need to start outlining early. Once you finish the first topic on your syllabus, outline it. Then you go to the second topic, outline it, so that you're building upon the information that you're learning throughout the semester and not just like inhaling and exhaling information so that you don't remember it and now you have to like force feed yourself the whole case book so that you can pass your finals. No, you don't want to be the crazy person in the library until 4 o'clock in the morning by yourself, ripping out your hair and trying to outline a whole semester's worth of information that you don't even remember.
It's finals right now. Everyone's on edge.
So do it early. Number 5, get involved, but don't get too involved. So there are probably a lot of groups that you'd like to join. You can join Moot Court, you can do mock trial, the Black Law Students Association. Pick 1 or 2 and stick with them and be consistent. It's great for networking. You get to meet 2Ls and 3Ls that you can ask for help. You also get to put those on your resume. Not only should you join a club or a group or an organization, but you should cultivate relationships with your professors. You cultivate a relationship with your professor by raising your hand in class, participating in class, going to your professor's office hours and asking questions that you had, going over exams that you've taken or papers that you've written, and just cultivate that relationship. You never know when you're going to need a recommendation letter. You never know when you're going to have a question that only a professor can answer, whether that's about schoolwork or about something else going on in the school. Start getting excited to network. I am an extroverted introvert. I can go out and be in people's faces and laugh with my friends and make loud jokes, be like, girl, come join this club, girl, come do this, come hang out, boy, come to this, like, you know, I can do that in people's faces. But you know what? I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I learned what social anxiety was when I got into law school. I have social anxiety when it comes to speaking to professors, to professionals, to people that are, even if they're not older than me, more experienced in certain areas, and I had to force myself out of that while in law school. If you can try to get excited about that now, work on your elevator pitch, work on your business cards, work on, watch different videos about networking, things like that will help you, and you'll be ahead of the game when you're going into school and when you are going to be forced into these situations where you're going to have to network. Apply for mentorship programs. So I was a part of a mentorship program through BLSA. They matched me with a 2L who literally had all the same professors that I had in his first year, and I was able to ask him questions whenever I needed help, and that helped a lot for my first semester of law school. Also, I would say join a mentorship program with the school as a whole or any other type of mentorship program that you can find. I joined a mentorship program with the school as well, and I was matched with this beautiful bomb boss black attorney, and I was able to ask her questions outside of law school regarding just the field of law whenever I had those questions. So that was great as well, and also that's a part of networking. So join a mentorship program. Get to know career services. Remember, this is all a part of getting involved. Getting to know career services is very important. They know the when, where, if, how much, when you gotta apply, where you gotta apply, who you gotta talk to. They know all of that, and they are willing to help you, and that is what they're there for. They can also help you with going over your resumes, going over cover letters, making sure everything looks great so you're putting your best foot forward. They can send you information or opportunities that are tailored directly for you because they know your interests, what area you would like to work in, who you would like to work with. So get to know them. Okay, number 6, get ready to be put on the spot. In law school, they do something called the Socratic method, which is basically just getting cold called. When you get cold called, they look at their list of names, they ask a question, and they call out random names. This is very scary. But the way that you don't embarrass yourself when you're cold called is being prepared for class, okay? You have to be confident, and confidence comes from being prepared. And not just the surface level preparedness, but actually being prepared, having read the case maybe once or twice to actually understand or get a grip on what is happening in that case. Some professors strictly cold call, some professors take raised hands and cold call as well. Some professors only take raised hands. So you just have to enter the class, see what the particular professor does, and get ready for their method of teaching. Number 7, focus on your grades, boo, because that's important. It gets you to keep your scholarship. It helps you with applying for certain internships that you may not have been able to apply for if your GPA was under a 3.0 or a 2.5 or whatever that internship's requirements are. So your grades are super important. You want to join clubs, you want to meet people, yeah, all that's great, whatever, but focus on your grades because that's what you're there for. Number 8, I would say don't be afraid to ask for help. You're going to need a lot of help. Things are going to come at you really fast, and even though nobody's expecting you to just know it off the top of your head, it's not like a lot of people are just out there handing things to you either. So you are going to need to step out of your shell and not be afraid to ask for help. Number 9, you are going to need to take breaks so you don't have mental breakdowns. Some people, they're fine, they chilling, they don't need to do all that, but most people need to know when to, turn on the self-care, light some candles, draw a bath, and listen to music. Do I go from here? And not think about schoolwork at all. It's okay to do that. Figure out what works best for you and schedule that time in. Now, don't let 50% of your time be self-care and 50% be schoolwork. No, the majority of your time is probably going to be schoolwork, but make sure you are also scheduling time so that you don't lose your mind, because you can. Number 10, focus on what works best for you. All this advice I gave in this video is super important, super helpful to a lot of people, but you don't have to follow everything to the T. Mix and match. Find this, find that, get advice from other people and see what works best for you. If you figure out what works best for you earlier on, it will be so much easier for you to move on to the next semester or the next year already knowing what works for you and doing that. These next few things I'm about to say are not on the list, but I would like to quickly mention them to you so that you know, because you need to know. Your social life will change. Period. Even if your friends don't change, the amount of time that you'll have to spend with them will change. But know that now. Speak to them about it early so that they can understand and they don't think you're just ditching them to hang out with your law school study group. Speak to your family about how you may not be able to hang out as much. Anything else that you kind of had to do beforehand. So for me, that was singing with my church and the worship team and all of these things that took a lot of time. Speak to those people and let them know that you are going into law school and your life is about to get crazy, so you may not have all the time in the world to be as committed as you once were to that project, group, or whatever. Also, law school will change you, and it will change you for the better. My first year of law school has already changed me a lot. If I worked as hard in undergrad as I am working now in law school, I could have got like really amazing grades, but a girl was slacking Anyways,
It is what it is.
law school will change you and your schedule will change, but do not fret. It is all worth it, hopefully, for you. Also, last thing I would like to say is you belong there. As a person of color, it can be really hard to believe that we belong in certain places where we do not see a lot of us, right? But trust me, you belong there and you're actually needed. As I've said before, and why we need more black attorneys, 5% of attorneys are black. So trust me, you're needed. The number is just as small for Latinx. You're needed. And the number is even small for Asians. You're needed. Wherever you fall on the spectrum as a minority, I just want to let you know that you belong there and you're gonna kill it. You got into law school, right? You got in, right? Oh, because I thought somebody who didn't even try said something. You belong there, babes. Like, you belong there. So walk with your head held high and do you, because you know that you have what it takes to be there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video yet again. I really do appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell down below. Thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate y'all. I love you so much. I need to get out of this hot room. Bye guys.